the Queen's Podcast. Welcome to the Queen's Podcast. Welcome to the Queen's Podcast. Hey!
Hey, hey,
Welcome to the Queen's Podcast. Welcome to the Queen's Podcast. Welcome to the Queen's Podcast. Hey! I'm Raina.
hey, and I'm Tara.
Hey! Welcome to the Queen's Podcast.
Welcome to the Queen's Podcast.
Welcome to the Queen's Podcast.
Hey. We get on here, we have to.
Listen, we are here. The Queens are here, honey. On our third episode. Woo! Okay. Yes, snaps. Yes, snaps.
Jazz fingers. Jazz
Is
fingers.
it the jazz? Is it about the jazz fingers?
It's jazz fingers.
I love it. I love it.
Well, you're looking beautiful as always.
You as well, honey.
Thank you so much.
You and all your glory. She came in the door and I was just like, oh, yes, come on in, please.
Been praying all night.
Listen, come on.
You know, I know that some people might think like, you know, God crazy, God whatever, but you know what? I love God.
Amen.
You don't love God?
What's wrong with you?
Okay. We're not judging.
I love it. I
love that song. You have
I
some
love
nice
that
Christian
song.
artists out there, like hardcore,
Yeah.
light R&B. If you guys never heard of a man named DJ Rogers
Oh, I haven't.
Jr.
I haven't.
Oh my God, this man is so talented. Every
Really?
track that I heard yesterday
Ooh.
was like, I just wanted to jump out my body and like fly through the
Okay,
streets.
I need to
Like,
look that up.
God is good. So he has some new music coming out.
Okay.
Sorry, DJ, I gotta talk about you, but his dad was a musician. So DJ Rogers, you can look DJ Rogers up on YouTube, and his dad will show up.
Wow.
But DJ Rogers Jr.
Okay,
wrote
Junior.
Confessions
Okay.
for Usher.
Stop it.
And Shame for Tyrese.
Come on.
So that's my boy.
It's powerful.
And I love him, but
It's
his
powerful.
music, oh my God, ain't nobody touching him. I'm like, why? It's always those, you know, like the ones that are sitting in the back, or the ones that just sitting on the side. I'm not saying in the back, because if he heard that, he'd be like, don't tell me I'm sitting in the back. Because he's a strong brother. But it's
Okay.
always like the ones that like, I don't know, it don't, man,
Okay.
he's amazing.
Well, I'll look into him for sure.
You know,
I'll
if he
look
wrote
into him.
Confessions for
Listen,
Usher, you know
you already know.
that man
He's
has got some talent.
anointed, okay? He's
So,
anointed, even
yeah.
if it is for the secular world, you know?
Yeah.
Speaking of...
But he's God driven all day long. All the songs,
I believe
Walk
it.
in Love,
No, I believe
Walk
it.
in Love on this new album he putting out.
Yeah.
Walk in Love is my favorite. When the beat drops, it's just so nasty.
Ooh.
I ain't never heard a beat drop like this one.
Speaking, we need a beat drop. I think we need a beat drop for Queen's Podcast. What do you think?
I like it.
I think we need to figure out how to get a beat drop.
I do know somebody.
All right now, next time,
I know a couple
y'all,
people.
we're going to have a beat drop,
Just
all right?
a doop.
Let's go. We're going to have a beat drop. Okay.
Okay. We probably have to get in
Anywho.
the studio and sing This Is Welcome to a Queen's Podcast.
Ooh, I think I like that. I like that idea.
Yeah, me too.
Well, this is Mother's Day month. Happy May, everyone. Happy May. Happy May.
Happy May,
I love
mothers.
that.
All you wonderful mothers.
I love May. I love
do.
something about May. Just feels it gets warmer. You see flowers. The air is fresher, and it's Mother's Day month. So you know that the women, the ladies, the girlies, we're gonna come out and we're gonna be looking cute. Okay.
Yeah, summer's coming. I'm
Listen.
trying to get that summer body. You
You,
know?
you looking summery, honey. You got this glow. I can tell it's May for you. You giving May. You giving
I'm
a May
getting
glow.
ready. Well, I'm getting ready for June. I love June. I love
You love
summer.
June,
I
okay.
love April going into June, but when June comes, it's just like sun. It's
I do love
bright.
June. June is
It's
a good
like,
month too.
feels
June
just
is
like
June can get a little hot. It is heat.
It's heat.
It's fire.
It purifies. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I like it, because some of these people out here, like when the heat is in,
Yeah.
you can see all the people that need to be purified. We all get purified, but when you see
Yes.
these demons be,
Not these demons.
I gotta find the cool.
She said these demons.
I did. I'm not gonna lie, but I love God, y'all. I do.
Oh yes, this is my book. I literally was just trying to get focused, but yes, this is my
Focus.
book. Finding You in Every Script is on Amazon.
Very nice.
Amazon, yes, check it out. It's on Amazon. That is my book. But yeah, I want us to promote. We'll promote, you know, the
Yes.
things that we have going on
Definitely.
later in our show. But I did want to talk about our subject, which is mothers. Since this is Mother's Day month, I think it's a good time to talk about the significance of mothers. And speaking of one mother in particular,
Hey.
I went to see Miss Tina Knowles Miss Tina Knowles, and she has a new book called Matriarch, a
Matriarch,
memoir,
a
right?
memoir.
So she's on her book tour. She is so beautiful. She's
Yeah.
like 71 years old.
Mm.
She's 71 on a book tour, honey.
Yeah.
She has a 500-page memoir.
Man.
So I hear this thing is heavy, it is entertaining, it's powerful, it's the truth about what women go through, you know? So I haven't read it yet.
Okay.
But it is the New York Times best-selling book. It's #1 right now.
Really?
It literally is #1.
Are they looking? They probably think Beyonce. They go. Of course, I'm sure things of Beyonce. All Beyonce is in there too.
Oh, of course.
You know him.
Of course, we
You
got
know,
we got
so-
probably half the book is Beyonce. Even though Tina was a whole woman before Beyonce
Right.
came.
You know. Right.
Right.
I wonder. I never knew if she. You know, because I don't know Tina that well. I've never followed her. But I wonder if she was in entertainment. Did she sing? You know, was she doing her thing? Because you know her dad. I mean and the dad too. But you know, I wonder if she was a singer. I don't know. I don't know what her life was before.
There's, I did
Beyonce.
peek in here.
Oh.
I peeked in here. She was a gorgeous woman. She definitely did some modeling, and it
Ooh.
is right.
Look
It,
at
it is like she is a gorgeous
Wow.
woman, and so you can see where Beyonce gets her beauty from.
Yeah.
And then also there was a picture of her in a group.
So okay.
There's a group with
Ah.
Tina in it. Tina is in a group. A
So
singing
we
group.
know why Beyonce is the way she is.
Right. So
Okay.
I can't wait to get into this book.
That is very cool.
It is very cool. It is
Wow.
very cool.
And here I thought putting pictures in a book was kind of cliche, but I have a book too.
Girl,
I have
all
pictures
the
in it, but
pictures.
you know, it's just good. But that looks good.
And I mean, this artwork right
Yeah.
here, it is a true portrait of her that they put on the book.
Okay.
But she's really into art.
Nice.
She likes art, buys art, but art is very important. She talked about the significance of art and how even if they are taking away things out of the textbooks and things right
Yes,
now,
and schools.
and schools, right? They're taking all that out. And so at least if you have the art in your home, nobody can come and take your art from your home.
And you know,
You
it's
know.
funny. One day I'm gonna take a picture of one of my walls. It's filled with nothing but art of you know what we've painted.
That's awesome.
And I have a huge canvas,
Yeah.
really big that I call Genesis.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, it's Genesis 1:1. That's what I call the painting, and it's a huge painting.
I
It's like
like
half
it.
that window,
Wow.
a little bit more than half that window, but the whole entire length.
Jeez.
Mhm.
Wow, I love that.
And I put my heart in that sucker.
So yeah, I love that. I love that. So it's something that it's an heirloom, right? You can pass down to your
Always.
children, your grandchildren, your great grandchildren.
Yeah.
You'll always have that in your family.
Yes.
And I never, I like art, but I didn't think about that is something that could be passed down. And it may seem right now to you that it's not worth, much other than,
Oh no, it's worth.
Yeah, well,
A
there you
lot.
go. There you go. But
You
it can
know?
be even more.
Exactly.
Especially when you pass it down to generation after generation. So
Exactly.
that's just something that I did take away from her book tour last night. So I went to go see her in person.
Did you get to talk to her?
I did not talk to her personally.
Right. Okay.
I was thinking,
I'm sure you would have said
I
that.
got a
I
last
was like,
minute
you got a
ticket.
picture? Because I
I
wouldn't have had
didn't
to ask. She would have been like, look at.
Listen, I thought that I was going to be able to talk to her
Wow.
and take a picture with her.
Okay.
I didn't know how big the venue was. I literally got a last minute ticket.
Yeah.
So I didn't know, and it was a big venue.
Okay.
I had never even heard of this theater in LA. It was
was it
called the
called?
Wintern.
Oh, the Wiltern. The
Wiltern
Theater.
I'd never been there.
Oh yeah, it's a cool theater.
It's a nice theater,
Yeah,
big
yeah,
size.
yeah.
So my last minute ticket was up in the nosebleed section.
Right.
You know?
Oh,
and-
okay, so nobody. Oh, so this was actually a sit down event.
Oh, this is a sit down event.
Oh,
This is
wow.
a conversation
So,
about,
did she fill the
about
whole
her book.
Wiltern Theater?
She filled that thing, girl.
Jeez.
It was packed. So yeah, so I went at the last minute, and all the girlies, we were there. Like I didn't know that was the place to be last night. I was just like, oh, let me go. I just got her book. Let me go and support. And of course, her daughter Beyonce is on tour right now.
Okay.
You're
You're right.
killing it. So
Yeah.
in LA.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is where
this
she
the last
started.
night, or was it already
Next weekend, I think, is the last night.
Okay.
Is the last,
Okay.
last weekend in LA.
Yes.
And then she moves on to the rest of the world.
Wow.
I know.
And we've been seeing it all over. Okay, so actually, she a couple days ago,
Yeah.
asked us
I
girls,
did.
women here,
I
her in her friend group,
Yes.
y'all want to go see Beyonce?
Right.
And it was like, okay, this sounds good. And as soon as she said it, guess what happened? Beyonce started rolling up all over the place. I mean, I done seen Blue dance 500 times.
Listen.
I done see Beyonce act like a robot.
She's
I
out
didn't get
there.
into it. I mean, she said tick, 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 and then she was like, bum, bum, bum. It was like,
Beyonce.
it was
She doing Beyonce.
a reason behind it. It was like, okay, put the battery in my back. battery in my back, let's go. Then she just loosed it up. So we've been seeing the concert
We have.
online.
We've
So
been
I'm like,
seeing it.
so when I got here today, I was like, I'm sorry. What's the point of going to the concert? We're seeing it online everywhere. So all you selfie, looky-loo recorders, new live cameramen and women, you are spoiling it. Beyonce's missing money. It's cool to be like, hey, I'm at the Beyonce concert.
Right.
And there's going to be some footage. I know that.
Right.
But I just said, we don't need to go. We got the full concert running across all platforms, anywhere you go.
We have seen it. I literally was
Yeah.
like, we can piece it together and see the full concert.
Yeah.
I mean, but if somebody want to buy me a ticket, listen, I'm accepting offers.
One
for
on the
it.
floor.
For a ticket to go see
Okay.
Beyonce, I would go. But I mean, I did go see the Renaissance concert last year, and it was incredible.
Okay.
It was incredible. I was
Sure.
far, but it was
The energy.
an amazing concert. Yeah, it
okay.
really was. And that's the thing too. I'm not a concert girly. I'm not, because like you literally are there surrounded by hundreds of thousands of people, and that person that you came to see is all the way like a mile away, 2 miles away in this theater, And so it's nice that they have the, the Megatron,
right.
the screen,
The big screen.
But I mean, I don't really want to see the person on the screen. I'd rather be like up close, and, But it's the
You
concert,
got to pay like $2,000
to see that
for the ticket.
Not even two, girl.
It's more? Okay,
Sure.
3 or 4. I know Drake
5.
at one point. Drake was like, I guess it was like a $2,000 ticket.
Yeah. No, it's thousands of dollars just to be close enough to see her costume. I mean, instead of just a little tiny figure, that you can like literally be like this. I can hold my fingers.
So
and she's
that's
there.
that's how far you were, but you had the
I had an amazing experience
Yeah.
because I still felt her energy.
Of course.
And her dancers are amazing. Her voice is incredible. The sound in the theater, her voice just fills you up. She has an incredible voice.
Yeah.
So it was incredible. But she is probably the only person I would go to a concert to see. Because it's a lot to go to a concert. It's a lot.
I love concerts if it's
Do
the
you?
right concert.
Yeah.
And see, I used to dance back in the day, not a stripper. I was a groover straight. They would call me, hey, we're having a rave. We want you to come and dance.
Oh, nice.
My first come out, groover-wise, fully clothed costume was at the Shrine Auditorium in front of 3,000 people years ago.
Okay.
And I was moving and grooving, and I did this move with my hands. And because once I'm in, I'm in.
Yeah.
And when I opened my eyes, the whole crowd was doing this one signature move that I was doing. And I was like,
I love
and then
that.
this
That's
guy
power.
came on the stage, Jean-Louis, which, wherever you are, Jean-Louis, to you and your family, he came on stage and he like grabbed me and gave me a kiss. And I'm like, what are you doing? He was like, yeah, to the crowd. I'm like, okay, get off my stage, let me groove.
Yes.
So I love a place filled with loud music, sound that you can hear. I was so
And
good
you're
at
a
a
concert
dancer at
girl.
one point
Uh-huh.
where I used to go to raves, because that was my groove, like
Yeah.
deep house, progressive house. And there was on one side, the speaker wasn't working, so they had everybody on the other side. I happened to go on this side and I was just dancing. They fixed the speaker for me so I could groove, okay? Because I love dancing. It's like,
Girl.
it's a different part
It
of me.
sounded like you were the Beyonce at that time. You had
Well, at that
Beyonce
moment,
moments.
I really was. I really was.
You were killing it like
I was
Beyonce.
killing it. The man came running down the street on Melrose, and he's like, I have been looking for you all over the place. You please come and dance. You have to dance at my event. And that was the Shrine Auditorium. So
Wow.
and I got paid for it, so no. When I say dancer, I don't mean stripper, y'all. I mean straight, like,
Yeah. I believe it. Okay.
I got the moves. And my daughter got the moves, too.
Your daughter got the moves.
But,
Your daughter got the moves.
Yeah,
Well,
I think the
speaking
concert
of-
has energy, and it has the people,
It
it's the
does.
music, and
It
everybody's
does.
going, and so you can just groove, meet people, and
Yeah.
I love that about a place where there's a concert, because everybody's there to feel good, have fun, and to relieve stress and have a good
It's
experience.
very true. It's a great experience.
Yeah.
It is. It almost reminds me of church, really. But let's not go there. Let's not go there. But what I was going to say, I love how you say your daughter got the moves too, because
She does.
our topic is about mothers.
Yes.
And we were talking about how Beyonce probably got a lot of her talent from her mom.
Yes,
And,
true.
and so you see a lot of things like that in your daughter. And it's something too that I had a revelation about when I saw her last night. Is that I have not had a relationship with women, because I've never had any daughters. Right, but Tina talked about her relationship with her natural born daughters, Beyonce and Solange, but then she also had 2 adopted
I
daughters.
love you, Solange.
I know. I love Solange is a whole vibe. She is literally a whole vibe. But she also had, so she counts, 4 daughters. Is,
Yes.
you know, that's what she had.
Yeah.
And so it's something powerful about a mother and a daughter relationship. I've seen, right? Don't you think?
It is. So I always wanted boys, but I wanted my daughter to be born after her brother so that she can have a whole sense of protection.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd have my first one, then my daughter, but it didn't happen.
Okay.
So I had the second one. And so I did not realize how powerful it was to have a daughter until I gave birth to mine. And when you do, it's like, you know how a man wants a son?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I got my me.
Yeah.
You don't hear too many women say, I want a daughter because it's like a little me.
Yeah.
Men really,
They
pride
do.
themselves on wanting
They do.
sons.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's a blessing. But having my daughter, I just felt my power.
Wow.
I really did. Like
Wow.
having boys, I had power. You know, I was like, okay, I can,
Yeah.
God bless me with boys.
Yeah.
But when I had my daughter, it was like I was crowned like an extra jewel, an extra portion of power that I've never felt before.
Wow.
And so, it is so amazing to watch yourself again. Because that's what I'm watching. And then not only that, she's her own too.
Yeah.
And so, but having daughters is challenging because it's a little you.
Wow.
So sometimes when she does stuff, I'm like, was I like that? I'm like, like I told you before, I called my mother one day and I said, Mom, let me tell you,
Yeah.
I just want to apologize to you just in case I did things
Wow.
to you that
Wow.
made you like want to pull your hair out, but
Yeah.
because we're strong,
Yeah.
like when you're
Yeah.
growing, when we're teenagers,
Yeah.
we're growing and we're experiencing ourselves, we're learning ourselves, we want to break out, we want to, we want to be heard,
Yeah.
and so there's this sense of urgency to be.
Yeah.
And in that, sometimes we don't know how to navigate, respect towards your mom, or your mother, because we can be very disrespectful as teenagers
True. Yeah.
and not really know that we're being disrespectful.
That's true.
But I also understand I was in that, so
Yeah.
it's all I wanted to do was be heard.
Yeah.
Because my mom was a single mom, so basically. She was a single mom. There was no dad,
Yeah.
even though she had a relationship, right?
Yeah.
We already discussed that in the first
Yeah.
episode. Go back, gay household, blah blah blah. Moving on.
Right.
So it was always come home. Hi, how you doing? And
Yeah.
it wasn't a lot of being able to talk. So whatever I could get, and she just, she wanted to just come home and rest. Now my mom and I lead her in Bible studies.
Oh.
So we have this amazing, relationship now as I am grown and doing
That's
me.
awesome.
And so, sometimes you just have to sweat out. But now that I have a daughter, I can eliminate what I didn't like, how my mom raised, what she did in raising us, And I don't use that.
What do they say? The daughter is always going to be there, like your best friend, while like the son is gonna, he eventually is going to leave and marry and take care of another woman or a wife, but a daughter will always be there. That's what I heard.
Shoot,
I don't have daughters, so I don't know.
Yeah, she's here now, but she can't wait. She's like, when I turn 18, oh my gosh, she's gonna be 18 this month.
Okay. 18.
She's like, when I'm 18, Mom, I'm just gonna go out, okay? That's what I told my mom.
Yeah,
my mom
yeah.
But she's my girl. Like she comes in the room, she like hops in the bed with me. She's mommy. Right now, she's at that mommy stage. Give me this, give me that. But for the most part, we talk. Like I know things about my daughter. Me growing up, my mom didn't know so much about me because she was in the hustle and bustle. I made it a point to make sure that I get that time with my daughter so I know who she is.
Yeah.
So if any funny business goes on, nobody can tell me that that's not her.
Right, yeah.
Start, like with her friends, I'm sure she's like, because that's how
she's
she does.
different, yeah.
But she's my daughter's extra.
Ah, who'd you get it from? Speaking of extra, let us know where this came from, please.
It's gorgeous, and I got a gold one too.
And a gold
with a matching purse.
Girl.
My grandmother who passed away, she had this, and this is like, I don't know, 30 years old.
That's crazy.
This is like vintage.
It is beautiful.
The purse is vintage.
It don't even look 30 years.
No.
It looks like you can literally go to the store right now and buy that. It's
you won't
so
find
pretty.
it. Sorry, you gotta make it own.
Ah!
But you won't find this.
This is like the chainmail. I bought a chainmail dress for Beyonce's concert last year.
I want pads. I
love
want a jumpsuit like made out of this.
Girl, you should.
And a dress like this. I know.
Yeah.
I know. I've seen.
That's
people,
why I'm like 30 years old. That is so beautiful. I love that.
Right? It's like
That is
totally
gorgeous.
vintage. It's like my grandmother's. Yeah.
So you got it honest, the style, the the
When I got
groove,
my dad, my dad was like, maybe you'll like this. Like, no, he didn't say maybe. He's like, take those two things right there. I was like, okay. So he goes, look inside, and I pulled it out. I said, oh,
That is wonderful.
I didn't know my grandmother had that. I didn't know my grandmother did this. kind of
Listen,
thing.
because you only knew her as grandma, right?
Yeah, and you know what? We really didn't like talk a lot due to
you didn't have a
the
lot of
whole thing with my mom. But I did have a relationship. I even lived with her for a couple months.
Yeah.
Like when I was older, you know.
Yeah.
But like never really had full conversations with her because of my mom and dad's like departing from one another.
Yeah.
However, I did know her. I did call her at times and whatnot. And then I realized a lot of things about her as we spoke, and my dad.
Yeah.
So now I'm talking to my dad too. It's all a whirlwind, like he wasn't there, but now he's there. So I got both my mom and dad, and I finally got them to talk again. I put both on the line. We're all talking. I'm like, who else could do it? Who else? The firstborn had to come through to get y'all to talk again, and to hear them talk, because I never got to see that growing up.
Wow.
My mom, oh, okay, honey. I was like,
Wow, that's interesting.
yeah, so yeah. But anyway, this is about daughters. Well, I'm a daughter. That's my mama. But yeah, there's a lot of generational things that have been broken, and there's a lot of restoration that hasn't been achieved with my mother and father because of myself, because God put me in that gap to be able to have them talk again, because they were not talking.
I love that.
Yeah, but my daughter is my baby.
Another thing that I took away from Tina last night was she said that everybody needs to write a book. All mothers need to write a book, because she said for her, she had kind of a tumultuous relationship with her mom ever since she was a teenager. And she didn't realize how much it was still affecting her and her relationships, right?
This is so true.
It's so true. Ever since she was like 14, like she said they were really close until that point, and then they were fighting all the time. And when she started to write the book, she said she was crying, and she didn't even realize that pain and hurt was still there from her mom, so I thought that was really, really good, because eventually one day, even though I have a book about acting, finding you in every script on Amazon, but I do want to write a book about my life. And actually, I did just order a book. It's like a journal for grandmas.
A journal for grandmas.
I know we don't look like grandmas, but listen,
I'm not a grandma.
Well, I am. I gotta.
She doesn't look like
I
one.
know. So I actually saw this grandma journal on Amazon, and I was like, oh, I should get this for my mother. So my mother's stories she can tell us her stories through her writing. Yeah. Because she's not a big talker about like her past or anything like that.
Right.
But if she just write the stories, then we will know, and then I can pass it down to my kids and then their kids. You know what I mean?
Yes, I saw that. Is it a book that you saw?
On Amazon.
Okay, because there was something coming across a social platform.
Oh, was it?
Where a guy was like, I wish I would have got this for my mother when she was alive.
Exactly.
But he was like, don't, if your mother is alive, get this book, give it to her so she can write down. There's all these different questions and things in the book.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it'll
That's
be
a
really
great
good.
idea. I think everybody should actually.
Right. While your mom's still alive, it's good to just be like, here, can you? I mean, if you have time, just write out your thoughts, and you never know, that might start to heal her. Heal her, and then also you could just continue to have that legacy and know the story the way that Tina wrote out all the story. And she said she had to cut some back. She said that this book was 1,000 pages instead of 500. So
maybe she could do a part 2.
That's what she said. She said she might have a second book, and that's wonderful. To be able to have all those amazing stories to pass down generation to generation.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true.
Because you can like literally know your grandma, like you know your grandma is your grandma.
Yes.
You don't know her childhood. You don't know her teenage years, her young adult years. You don't even know her motherhood years. You know her as grandma. That's it.
I do.
Right? And wouldn't that be amazing to know like her story?
Yeah, I got a little bit of her story.
Yeah.
Just some. She was part of the Amaranth. She was an Eastern Star.
Okay. Now what is the Eastern Star?
It's the Order of Eastern Star. It's like a sister. It's almost like a fraternity.
Like a sorority.
It's like a female Mason.
Oh, okay.
But it's like it's called the Order of the Eastern Star.
Okay.
She was heavy into that. So my dad had given me some stuff, literature from the Bibles to, all of the different things that she was a part of. And what I knew of her, she was very like stern. I got a lot of that from her. I definitely know when I see, when like how I dealt with her, what I didn't know of her. It wasn't like I didn't know her.
Yeah.
It's not like you can never know them.
It's
like once you like have contact, it's just like there's this spiritual exchange, period. But once you come in contact, you can see yourself in your grandparents, even if you don't even know them, because you can see. And I know that from my mom, from my dad, and my grandmother, all that and all that, I'm gonna get it. All of it came in me. That's only from them. I couldn't. I don't even know her mother.
Right.
But I know that we are a bunch of strong. And my mother's side,
strong women.
just women that just. Yeah.
I love it.
You know, so even if they're alive, writing is one thing, but spend time. Make those, you know, if you are not talking to your mother right now, you know what? It's time to pick up the phone. Because I'll tell you this, without her, you wouldn't be here.
Amen. That's
and
true.
Your father.
That's true.
I was mad at my father for 13 years. From 13 to 26, I was carrying this anger in every relationship and every door I walked into. And it was when I was moving out of my apartment, everything was all over the place. I'll never forget it. I had this little wife beater on. It had a heart, like an embroidered heart with 2 swords going in it, and the blood was dripping from the painting. And my heart, I just felt like this enormous breakthrough, and I started crying, and I said, I forgive my father. And I felt this weight literally lift from my shoulders, and I said, I have been carrying that around all this time and didn't even know it. So I'm telling you, if you are not speaking to your parents, since we're talking about mothers, call her. And like just sit with yourself. Find forgiveness. Because that inside of you is holding you back from so much. Just like when you said she was writing and she was crying and there was things she had in her she didn't know. There are millions of women out here right now with that very same thing going on in them because they have not faced it. And writing is one of the best things that you can do to release. It's so true.
It is.
But let me tell you, call your mom.
Just call her.
And it's the Bible says, honor your mother and your father, and you will have you will live long. You will have long days.
Speak it.
You will have long days. So listen, you got to sift through the pain, but hey, call them and apologize for your disrespect.
Oh, okay. Well, on that note, I think we should take a break.
All right. See you.
Call your mom. We'll be right back. We are back. Welcome back to the Queen's Podcast.
I'm Tara Renee, just in case you didn't know.
And I am Raina Shantae.
Woo!
And we are in the house.
Yes.
So we were talking about mothers, and also a part of motherhood is mother-in-law.
Yay! Y'all need help.
Now y'all need help. Please share.
Listen,
What do you
I
mean?
am definitely spiritual and all, but y'all need help. Okay,
Please.
Mothers. Okay, so I don't think it's such a bad thing when a mother has a daughter and she marries a man.
Okay.
And she brings a new son in the household.
Okay.
I've not ever really seen a mother-in-law be possessive with her daughter and like and try to mess things up.
I feel you.
She welcomes the son-in-law.
True.
And now that's her baby
I
too.
agree.
And Jerry can do no wrong.
I agree.
Jerry be doing a lot of wrong. However, I am a lady, a mother, a woman, and I have had 2 mother-in-laws. Now the first one, you know, husband passed away, but that's a whole other thing. I was a widow. But there was a woman in that family already because my deceased husband has a brother.
Okay.
So there was only one lady that came as a new daughter-in-law.
Okay.
And so she was dealing with it for a lot of years. Okay. So I didn't know it was so crazy until I actually became one of her daughter-in-laws. And the father at one time had told me, well, I know why he married you. But he goes, why did you marry him? And that wasn't nice to say about his son.
Wow.
But I said because of his heart. But mommy, okay, mother-in-laws, they're very possessive. They meddle. They do things they shouldn't. Okay, listen, you're a mother-in-law gaining a daughter. Okay?
Yeah.
This is a new daughter for you. And all this daughter wants to do is be your daughter. Have time with you, love you, bring you peace, shop with you, talk with you. If she needs advice, she wants to get it from you. But a lot of you mother-in-laws can be very, very, very mean very conniving and meddling, and they break up marriages.
Yeah, they do.
I've watched people's marriages go under due to a meddling mother-in-law.
It's true.
And instead of her being happy about a woman that's going to love her son, the only thing a mother cannot do with her son is have sex. Now, I've seen stories where it has happened and they fell in love, but this is not my story, and it's not his story or your story. But it's out there. They had a whole thing about it.
Oh my.
Yeah, oh my is right. They was happy. But what I'm saying is that you have to, come on, mother-in-laws. This is sad. It's sad. And it chaps my hide because I'm a woman, and I pray to God that I'm not like any of you mother-in-laws out there. Listen, anoint me, Lord, to be a mother-in-law that's welcoming when my son brings their newfound love home, because I know she's going to be amazing, and I know she's going to love my son, because that's what's going to happen. Okay, I decree and declare that all my sons and my daughter get a good man. But they love on you, and they're like in the beginning, and then they're finding ways to tear you down and mess you up. One of my mother-in-laws told oh my God, here I am again. I'm just gonna say it, I don't care anymore, because it's very important, because I've experienced this, and it's not a good thing. I have put my love, my life, I haven't given it over like you're my God, but you know, when you're showing love, and you want not to be a part, but you know, that's my husband's mother.
Yeah.
So I want to treat you like, you know, you're mine, and I love you.
Yeah.
But while I'm loving you, you're putting holes in my boat. I mean, telling your husband or telling your son to leave his wife and don't tell her where you're going, it's not cool at all.
It's not cool.
It's not cool at all. And I know, and I feel the pain of some of you women out there. Pray for these mother-in-laws. But and I pray the ones that have beautiful mother-in-laws, please cherish them, because a lot of them out here are insecure. They are competitive. They can't compete with you, and you can't compete with them. Mother-in-laws, daughter-in-laws are not trying to compete with you.
Oof. Woo! Ooh!
Okay?
Ooh!
They're not. They're not. There's no competition.
There is competition with women, period. We talked about this. We talked about this with the jealousy thing.
Yes.
So that is called an unhealthy relationship with your child. When you're competing with his future wife, girlfriend, whatever it might be, wife.
Yes.
That's called an unhealthy relationship.
Right.
So that woman, that mother, needs counseling. She needs therapy. I'm fortunate enough. I'm fortunate enough to have had 3 mother-in-laws.
Okay.
And I'm technically a mother-in-law now.
Oh.
I know. So I've had the whole circle of mother-in-law.
How was your relationship with your mother-in-law?
So the very first one that I had was horrible. So everything that you're saying about how bad a mother-in-law can be, the monster-in-law, that's what I had. That's what I had. That movie, you seen that movie with Jennifer Lopez?
Yes.
That is what I had, because, and as I got older, I was very young when I got married to my husband. We were both very young. I was 19 when I got married.
She was still a monster.
And yeah, and I get it. And but the thing is that I was like, hey, as you know, I had kind of a rough relationship with my own personal mom.
Yeah.
I was looking for kind of a mother figure, hoping that I would be accepted into the family, And I looked up to her. She was beautiful. She looked a lot like Tina Knoll. She's very fair skinned and pretty hair, and so I sort of felt like, hopefully she can welcome me in, but I got the feeling that she thought I wasn't good enough for her son. Right? She thought I wasn't good enough. Because I didn't look like her. I didn't think, of course I'm cute, but I didn't think I was as beautiful as she was, and she probably had an idea of what her daughter-in-law should look like. I was young too, so young and uneducated. Eventually I did finish school, but it was a lot going on that she had to kind of accept, that she wasn't exactly willing to show me any kind of grace and mercy for where I was in my life. So it was hard. It was really hard. It was really sad, and we did have some rough times. We did have some rough times because we actually at one time my husband was in the military, so we went into the military, went away, and you know, we started having babies, and she would be like, "Why are you having all these kids?" Blaming me. Like her son had nothing to do with it.
Right. You was just morphing.
Right. So I'm like, excuse me, lady, like you have nothing to do with the raising of my kids. Come to find out, when my husband got out of the military, we did have to live with her.
Oh.
So I had to eat some humble pie.
Aye.
And it was rough. It was rough. Now the kids didn't know, they loved their grandma.
Yeah.
I never talked bad about their grandma to
Right.
them or anything. But her and I relationship, it was hard. It was hard.
You know.
But I did do a lot of growing up. I will say that everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason.
Listen, ladies, do unto others as you want others to do unto you. Okay. How would you like your daughter to be in a relationship with another woman or a mother-in-law like you? How you were with the daughter-in-law? And I'm only talking about the mother-in-laws who are nosy, competitive, meddling, evil in their ways. Because you know, a lot of you are married. What's going on in your marriage that you're trying to ruin your son's marriages?
Oof.
You know what I'm saying? You have a whole marriage. Some of you have been married for 40, 30, 50 years, and you're trying to mold your son out of a relationship into another one, which you're going to do the same thing to the other woman. And most of the time, the sons are marrying you. The traits that they found in this woman reminds them of you. So you're hating on yourself in the long run. So stop the hate, please. I'm telling you, it is diabolically like a mental situation.
Yeah.
You can't have sex with your sons. You just can't. That's the only thing we can do.
Yeah.
Right? It's different than you. It's have sex and you don't know the son that we know.
Right.
You don't know the Dusty that we know.
Oh, not the Dusty.
You just don't know.
That's true though.
You don't
Because
know
they
the
think
son that we're
their
living with.
Son is that little boy who was so sweet and he couldn't do any harm and he was so loving and no, but your son got some.
He got some
He got
major
some stuff with
issues.
him.
And you know why he does? Because of you. And now he done come into this relationship and he's taking it out on me, what he wants to do to you. So you know what? You should be grateful that you have daughter-in-laws that are carrying the load for you, that where it maintains that he respects you, but he's disrespected us. So come on. Y'all need to really just pray that you find it in your wonderful hearts, as smart and gorgeous as you are, mother-in-laws, that we are only here to love your son. And if anything, you can help us love him even more. And another thing, he doesn't want us fighting. He hates the fact that you are like with the torch of
That's true.
Kill Bill,
Yeah.
Kill Sally.
No, he wants you to get along.
Right, he doesn't want to choose
So
between,
speaking of that, that's an
between the
example.
two.
So from there to where I am now, being a mother-in-law.
Yay! Oh, yeah.
Being a mother-in-law myself, it was difficult.
Ah!
I'm not a monster-in-law. I'm not a monster-in-law.
You're just like, oh.
But it was hard to let my son go because I saw my son in a certain way. My youngest son is the son that's married, and he was my sweetest little baby, and now he's with a woman that is.
I'm getting up. Let me tell you.
That is she is aggressive. She is aggressive, and she is someone who she's more aggressive than he is. He's a very mild. Right, I get it.
Aggressive.
I get it. He's very mild, and I didn't know this about my son. That's the thing.
Okay.
We don't know the same son, the same person that they know. Right. So I'm seeing a different side of my son in a way that I always knew that he was, a sweet little boy, but now I'm realizing that he may need an aggressive woman in his life. That's what he likes. That's what he wants. So for me, to watch someone like that, and then they say, well, she's just like you. That's what they tell me. That's what they tell me. And I'm like, I'm not like that.
Okay, what happened with that? I need to know because I know.
You want to know the details?
Oh my gosh! So how did you feel,
child,
when
they told me that? Ooh, baby. I was a little bit upset because I'm like, I don't see myself in that way. I see myself as being a very loving mom, very nurturing.
Okay.
But I guess in some ways I could be a bit controlling.
Okay, like all moms.
Well, I guess so, but I didn't think I would. I'm telling you, I thought I was like a hippie mom. I
Yeah.
thought I was like, you know, you don't have to go according to what society says you have to be, and you can be anything you want to be as long as you love what you love to do. You
Yeah.
know, so I was one of those moms, but I guess in a way they saw me as, well, if I don't make her happy,
Ooh, okay.
then the whole world will shut down. You
That-
know,
this is good.
Yeah. So it is good. It is good. So there was some things I learned a lot about myself when my son got into a relationship with a young woman who he married,
Yeah.
and I wasn't invited to the wedding. I know
sorry.
everybody's always like, you didn't go to the wedding.
Renew your vows
They
and
literally-
invite your mom.
There you go.
And all the rest of you out there.
They
renew
told
vows.
me that they were married, and I was just like, okay. Even though we told our son, he's in the military, take your time.
Yeah.
Save your money.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to rush into a marriage. It's okay
Yeah.
to have a relationship, but don't rush into it. He wanted to get married. And I'm like, he is a grown up.
And you know, that's actually good.
Yeah.
That he wanted to get married. That he didn't just want to like
Just kinda
have her as a
I
placeholder
got
and
you.
just maybe. And
Yeah.
I think that that's wonderful because
Right.
there should be more men out there, young men out there that really take that kind of role seriously.
I think that is good. I think
know,
that's
I
a good
think that's
quality
great.
that I can say that I
Yeah.
did a good job because I did instill in them that they should respect women.
Yeah.
Even I used to tell my sons, respect women or ladies or girls, even if they don't respect themselves. And that goes into having
So true.
relations, having sex with
Yeah.
women that you know that you're not going to have a relationship with.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
So I used to tell them that all the time, and I guess, you know, that really stuck with them. And for him, being a young man, he wanted to have a family. He wanted to get married and make this, you know, a respectable woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing, and I wish them all the best. I don't necessarily have a close relationship with her yet. I'm not saying that.
After this podcast, she certainly will.
Hey.
After all my confessions, this is my confession. Listen. No mother-in-laws be mean. Stop. But I understand too because
Yeah.
sometimes it's just like they could be like, no, you're not ready, or no,
Yeah.
don't do it, or.
Yeah.
But you know, if they're feeling, a daughter will tell you you're controlling. A daughter will tell you, like, when you have a daughter, you will grow in that. But she don't have a problem telling you're controlling, for real. But
Yeah.
you know, I feel your pain,
Thank you.
and I understand. But you know what? Give her a call. I know. See, that's a real mother-in-law. Look at I'm experiencing it.
You said give her a
Getting
call.
up. I'm
Give her a
I'm
call.
about to get up. I'm gonna give her a call. She said, no.
Well, I actually did talk to my son.
Okay.
He, because they live in Texas, and he was telling me that he was traveling to California. He's up in like 3 or 4 hours away.
Yeah.
In California, but he wanted to let me know. And then, you know, she said hi, and I was like, hello, you know. So we're cordial. You know what I mean? So,
Would you like a relationship? Like with
sure,
her?
sure.
No, really, honestly.
I would.
Okay.
I would, because like you said, I know that this young woman is taking care and loving my son,
Exactly.
who I love very much.
Absolutely.
So we at least have that in common.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So yes, of course, I would love to have a relationship
Yeah.
with her. Yes.
And I know sometimes, like I know that being a woman, you want the best. Unless a mother, you want the best for your child. You know, we think we know what the best is for them. Like as far as relationships are concerned, you know, my one of my husbands, like he was with a drug addict girl, and they were just drug addicts all the day, all the way till they could do no more drugs. The thing is that when I came along, I don't do those things. I don't do that.
Yeah.
So it forces people or men, when they get the right woman, or just a woman period, it forces them to be better if that's what they have in their life.
Yeah.
If you come smoking, like you smoking crack, and then
Yeah.
she don't smoke crack, and then you have to go through whatever you need to go through to get right, you know, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
But I think that, a mother-in-law is there for, comfort, for help, for
Yeah.
understanding, because you are the wisdom.
Yes.
And that's how we look at you. But
Yes.
when a mother-in-law starts acting like she's in high school, it's like, wait a minute, I can't get nothing from you. I can't get anything from you.
Yeah.
And not only that, now you're making my life hard, and like you really are doing it on purpose. And like, so how am I to react to that? And it causes problems with the with the wife and the son, because it's like, I'm your wife, so you're supposed to cleave to me, but your mom is being disrespectful. How do you navigate that conversation? I'll tell you, it's not an easy one. It is definitely not an easy conversation to have, but it needs to be had. And then you can see where your husband's at, because a lot of times they really get defensive.
Yeah.
Because that's my mom.
Of course.
They also understand, they know their mom is acting up too.
Of course.
But it's still their mom.
They know that their mom loves them unconditionally.
Right. And they're even upset at the fact that their mom is doing it and they know it, but they don't have the heart to tell their mom, hey, listen, I know men who be like, listen, either you respect my wife or I'm not coming around.
That's what happened with my husband now. My husband, Doc, who I love very much. Anyway.
She glows every time she sees this man.
I do.
And I love it.
But I'm blessed that his mom is an amazing mother-in-law. I am so blessed. And I will say, even with my first marriage, my former husband had a stepmother who was amazing. So God blessed me in that way. Okay. That his real birth mom was horrible to me, but he had a stepmother that was wonderful, and I still call her my godmother to today.
That's great.
And then now my husband now. Mama D, her name is Darcel.
Mama D from Love and Hip Hop.
Mama D, I don't know about Love and Hip Hop, but Mama D, I hope you're watching, girl. You better be watching, girl. Shout out.
Thank you for being a savior of all mother-in-laws.
She is an amazing mother-in-law. She is an amazing mother-in-law. And but one thing I will say is that yes, us mother-in-laws have to come to a place where we need to let go and let their sons be the men of their household and be loved the way that they want to be loved, and not judge that. But also as daughter-in-laws, we have to humble ourselves. We have to humble ourselves and realize that mother, because we hold so many high expectations for moms. They are just human beings too, with their own past, with their own hurts, their own shortcomings that they don't want to admit. Because it's very hard for me, even when my sons were growing up, and that was something that I think that stuck with my sons too, is it was hard for me to say when I was wrong, when I did something wrong, when there was a mistake, something that I said that I did, because I always wanted them to know that, I was the authority, and I want them to be able to look up to me and know that I'm going to be there to protect them and, to take up for them. I never wanted to show weakness in a way,
Right, I get it.
So that was the thing I think that kind of they held on to, and I think that you just have to have some grace and some mercy for that mother-in-law as well, and continue to show love, continue to push love towards that woman, that older woman. She deserves respect. She really does.
I believe that you're right. I do, and that's why there's only so much. Like, you can continue to love your mother-in-law. However, if she is not loving you back, it just gets worse and worse and worse. Something has to happen. I cannot say, okay, she deserves respect from me if she's constantly disrespecting me, right? If she's always trying to, take apart our marriage, it's very challenging to continue to love someone who doesn't see what they're doing is wrong. And even when you say, hey, this is what happened. Oh, yeah, okay, whatever. They don't apologize for their ill behavior.
They don't.
I know they're human beings.
Yeah.
I know they're human beings.
I have that problem.
But come on, you've had children and you've taught your children to respect you, but not to respect his wife.
I totally get that, and I see the flaw in that. I do. But I'm a mother-in-law and realize that is a flaw that I have to work on. But as a daughter-in-law, and not even as a daughter-in-law, as a wife, you are the caretaker of your husband's heart. And his mother is a huge part of that.
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
So for you, it's your job to not be at odds. If the mother-in-law has a serious issue with you, that's the thing. It's your job to make sure that your husband's heart is taken care of, so that he don't see that you are at odds with his mother. So
you're right about that.
However,
they still see that there is a problem.
It's tension.
It's like, it's not, even if you're not at odds, they know that their mother is. That does not make it any better.
But you don't have any control over that.
Of course.
You have no control, only what you do and what you say in that relationship.
True, but we still get the residue of
I get you.
What's going on there.
I get you.
And it's really a responsibility for a man. I've seen men do this. Hey, mom, listen. I'm gonna sit down with you.
Yeah.
This is my wife.
I've seen men do that
If you
too.
don't respect her,
Yeah.
then you don't respect me, and I can't come around until you do. We all saw Jumping the Broom.
I didn't see it, but
Well, y'all saw Jumping the
I
Broom. You know what he said to his mama? Because
What'd he
she was crazy. She's like, listen, I'm your son. I'm
Mm.
not your husband.
there it is. There it is. So I meant to say that my husband now, Doc, he had to tell his mother that with his first marriage. So this is both of our second marriage, and he had to tell his mother that because the wonderful mother-in-law that I know now was at odds with his first wife. But his first wife, you know what I mean? She was not a very nice woman, right?
Yeah.
And so he found out eventually why, his mother and his that she saw some things about his wife that he didn't see. Right, but he did have that come to Jesus moment where he was like, "Mom, I'm gonna need you to back up.
Yeah.
This is my wife,
Right.
And she did.
And that
She
changes
did.
the game,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
See, the only thing that changes the game where the mom has to she conforms.
Yeah.
It's not really like she's just conforming. She's like, okay, you know what? I want my son. That plays
true.
something.
It's true.
But if you are a man that constantly allows your mother
Mm-hmm.
to continue to cause mayhem in your marriage
Mm-hmm.
and you haven't had that conversation, that is a problem.
So that is true. That is true. So that's a conversation you need to have between you and your husband. If you need a third party, not the mother-in-law, but
Right.
a therapist. I always promote going to therapy because if that is a problem that you consistently have with you and his mother, it's not for you to try to go back and forth with her. It's not for you to go back and forth because that's bringing contention into your marriage. You go to a therapist and y'all take that to the therapist and say, how can we work this out because this is affecting our marriage? Because that's really what comes first is your marriage.
Exactly. And some people, if you have a man who doesn't have a relationship really with their mother, that's another thing. They want to be able to have a relationship with their mother without rocking the boat, and telling that to a son who doesn't have a relationship with their mother to, hey, can you talk to your mom when you don't already have such a great relationship with her? You're trying, but you don't want to add anything to that for her to not want to have a relationship with you. So, therapy is a good thing,
I think therapy is a wonderful
there's so
thing.
many dimensions when it comes to that.
Therapy is a wonderful thing.
The one thing for sure is that men that are married, you need to I'm not going to tell you what you need to do.
Exactly.
However, it is very important that your wife is first. It's in the word. It's an order of things. And to sit down and have a conversation, you would take them to lunch together and just facilitate togetherness at some point. Hey, Mom, I'm going out to lunch. Come and meet me in such and such. Or come and meet me. Blah, blah.
It could be difficult because a man doesn't want drama. A man just wants peace. He literally just wants peace. So that's the thing. I would not put pressure on my husband. You got to make this right. Let me tell you what a mother-in-law is. She can be a wonderful adornment to your marriage. She could be someone who is there
with an invisible wife as the son.
Who helps you with cooking. She can. I learned even from my horrible mother-in-law. I learned how to cook. I didn't know how to cook. Like there's things that I was taught. It was hard. It was difficult, but there were things I was taught when I had a mother-in-law. And then when I did have wonderful other mother-in-laws, I was like, wow, it's wonderful to have a good mom-in-law in your life.
Yes.
Or she could not be in your life at all.
True.
And you can have a wonderful marriage without a mother-in-law at all.
That's true.
So one way or the other, get to that point, but don't keep going back and forth with your husband, with this woman about it, because either she can be in your life in a happy, wonderful way, or she cannot be in your life at all. And literally, that's up to you and your focus and what you put your mind on.
And that is and if it's no change, that's a great avenue. But however, I'm telling you, it still is an issue for him. So since that is your husband, right, and you're taking care of his heart, it's very important to find ways, right, not even just to allow them to come to you, but to find ways to facilitate peace, to give him ideas, suggestions, not like in a way, well, I suggest you do this, I suggest, what do you think about this, or what do you think about this, or I want to go to lunch with your mom, blah, 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 just kind of like putting the effort out there. I know no matter what you do, if you have an issue with your mother-in-law and you tell your husband, and it depends on the type of husband that you have. If he's grown and his mother is you know, in a happy marriage, and she knows her boundaries. She knows that she's a mother-in-law, and she welcomes the fact she wanted her son to be married, and that's the whole thing. I think a woman needs to be right when it's time for her son to be married, like to know that he's going to be married, unless you don't want him to be married. If you don't want any grandbabies, you just want him to you all to yourself, then okay, then fine, you tell him that, and maybe he'll oblige. But for the most part, he's going to need some extra with his life, and he was not meant to be on this earth alone. You know what I mean? Just like you're married, you're not on the earth alone. And then mother-in-laws need to really seriously think, how would you like if somebody came into your life and told your husband to leave you without telling you? How would you like your mother-in-law or somebody to do that to wreck up your marriage and to interfere and put these whispers in your husband's ear to affect the dynamic of your household and your marriage? You know, put yourself in the shoes of the women that you're torturing. Put yourself in the shoes of their minds. You know, like, how would you feel? What do you want? What did you want? You know, and I found out that my husband's mom, one of their parents, I don't know if it was his father's or his mother's, but they didn't want them to get married. But they still got married. So if you're in a situation like that and you went through that, why would you want to do that to your own son and his marriage when you went through that already and you didn't like it, but you still married the person? So now I begin to think, okay, did you not, you married him and you now thought it was a mistake, you just stayed in it. So now you're living vicariously through your son's marriage, like, okay, you know, I didn't want to be in this marriage, but I'm here, but now I'm going to try to fix what I couldn't in this marriage through my son's marriage. You know, there's a lot of dynamics going on.
That's a lot going on, but okay, so what I will charge to you is, if I have to call my daughter-in-law, you call your mother-in-law. And matter of fact, it's Mother's Day weekend. Not the side look. Look, y'all look at this. Look at this, what happened. Look at what happened. Look at what happened. So a call, and it's Mother's Day month. Let's send a peace offering. Send a gift. Some small little gesture saying, God be with you, peace be with you, you are loved, God loves you. There you go. So that's what I say. I will leave you with that to deal with.
Thank you
all
for
right?
leaving me with that.
Well, let's take another break. We got one more section for you guys to hear, and we thank you for allowing us to share our many stories about mother-in-law.
Stay tuned,
All right,
guys.
stay tuned.
That was natural. I was on my phone. See,
I'm like, listen.
welcome to your visual radio show.
I love it. I love this little puff.
Next,
too.
we're going to be having special guests too. So
I love
I'm
that.
looking forward to that.
Yeah, special guests, and then like on the street type of like interviews.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, guys.
Pranks and more. Like we're like evolving.
We are.
Moving into, you know,
more of our queen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Be who you are, but like collectively put it together.
Come on, collective.
So I know you want to say something about something.
Woo! We have an event coming up, guys.
Yes! I am excited.
Yes,
oh
girl.
my God.
Yes, girl. May 17th
Yes.
at 12 o'clock.
Yes.
We have a spiritual women's conference called A
Woman's Testimony.
That's all right.
I was about to say a mother's something.
That's
I'm like,
okay.
what am I doing?
That's okay. Well, it's
We've been
surrounding
talking about
Mother's
mothers,
Day month, so yeah.
So yes, it's a woman's testimony,
Yes.
and we are going to sit down and have a conversation and share testimonies and like beauty tips and how to like really just own who you are and get what you want just by a simple tweak. And I'm telling you, it's so good.
Yes.
It's so good. It's like a kid in a candy store. You know, we're gonna have a special guest.
Yes.
We're giving away lots of prizes, raffles throughout.
Raffles, prizes.
Yes. The number one thing, I wanted to give away a car, but that's not this year. But
not this year. Not this year.
not this year.
It's coming though.
It is. It really is.
We're
we
growing.
Do this. Yes, we are.
Let's
I'm telling
go.
you, it's not.
Let's
Cars
go.
coming up, but we have something cute.
Yes.
It is a 65-inch screen TV. That's the biggest prize
There
that
we
we have on our
go.
raffle thus far.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But it's going to be food.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
We have food. You know, wherever there's food,
We're gonna be
conversation,
pampered.
We're going to be. Oh yes.
Do you
There's
want
a
to get
surprise
pampered?
pampering.
Yes, honey. Come on.
You have to come.
You have to come. You have to come. So check all of our social media.
Yes.
Yeah, for the link.
Yes.
So you click on the link. Get your tickets,
Yes.
guys. Get your tickets.
Yes,
It's
they're
happening
going.
May 17th.
Yes, and they're going fast. There's already people that already knew about it, so it's going fast.
So let's
May
go.
17th at the DoubleTree by Hilton in Chatsworth on
Yes.
Topanga. It's 9777 Topanga Boulevard, Chatsworth, California 91311. No, 9311. All right, there
I
you
love
go.
it. I love
There you go.
it.
It's a woman's testimony. You got to be there. Don't miss it.
I
Don't
think it's
miss
going to be
it.
an amazing experience. I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
Me too. Me too. I'm looking forward to the food and the convo and the pampering and just us women. This is the first annual one.
This is.
Yeah.
This is.
I've had little gatherings of it, little Bible studies and things, and gathering. We eat and we meet at coffee shops and restaurants, and we just had a nice, conversation, food, fun, and just breakthrough.
Yeah.
We are in a lot of pain, or there's a lot of pain in the world. There's a lot of confusion, and it's like we're always hustling and bustling as women. We're mothers, we're husbands. I mean, we're mothers, we're wives, we're friends, we're nurses, we're chaplains, we're so many things. But this is a day for you to get that key you need to follow your journey in a different way and to have it come to you. So come to A Woman's Testimony, May 17th.
Let's go
At the DoubleTree by Hilton
we'll
in
see you
Chatsworth.
soon.
Yes.
Well, thank you again for joining us for the Queens podcast.
Yes.
We'll see you next time.
Yes, thank you guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Be good, mother-in-laws.
Yes. And daughter-in-laws. Be good.
Yes.
Be good.
I'm going to call my mother-in-law Mother's Day, and she's going to call her daughter-in-law, and we'll give you the update.
We'll let you know
when it happens.
We'll let you know.
If
All
it
right.
happens.
Bye, guys.
That's good stuff. Dang, it's 3 o'clock.
I know. That's why I said, all right, we got to finish this. Okay. I'm ready. Let me put on my shoes. Oh, you got to change.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just had to put on my skirt. I had some shoes in the car, but I don't think I'm
I wasn't to be
focused.
autofocus. Here we go. Ah, there we go.
Boom.
There it is. I'm like,
Hey.
why is it not focusing? We got to see this gorgeous face, honey. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Now we in business.
Were we rolling?
Oh, it's not. Sorry. There we go.
We're rolling.
You are funny. We are back.
Welcome back to the Queens Podcast. I'm Tara Renee, just in case you didn't know.
And I am Raina Shantae.
Woo!
And we are in the house.
Yes.
So we were talking about mothers,
Yep.
and also a part of motherhood is mother-in-law.
Yay! Y'all need help.
Now y'all need help. Please share.
Listen,
share. What do you
I
think?
am definitely spiritual and all, but y'all need help. Okay,
Please.
Mothers. Okay, so I don't think it's such a bad thing when a mother has a daughter and she marries a man.
Okay.
And she brings a new son in the household.
Okay.
I've not ever really seen a mother-in-law be possessive with her daughter and try to mess things up.
I feel you.
She
I feel
welcomes
you.
the son-in-law.
True.
And now that's her baby
I
too.
agree.
And Jerry can do no wrong.
I agree.
Jerry be doing a lot of wrong. However, I am a lady,
Yes.
a mother,
Yes.
a woman,
Yes.
and I have had 2 mother-in-laws.
Mm-hmm.
Now the first one, husband passed away, with us a whole other thing. I was a widow.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a woman in that family already because my deceased husband has a brother.
Okay.
So there was only one lady that came as a new daughter-in-law.
Okay.
And so she was dealing with it for a lot of years. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know it was so crazy until I actually became one of her daughter-in-laws.
Mm-hmm.
And the father at one time had told me, well, I know why he married you. But he goes, why did you marry him? And that wasn't nice to say about his son.
Wow.
But I said because of his heart. But mommy, okay, mother-in-laws, they're very possessive. They meddle. They do things they shouldn't. You're a mother-in-law gaining a daughter. Okay?
Yeah.
This is a new daughter for you. And all this daughter wants to do is be your daughter. Have time with you, love you, bring you peace,
Right.
shop with you, talk with you. If she needs advice, she wants to get it from you. But a lot of you mother-in-laws, like my one now, oh God, let me erase that. Beep, beep, beep.
We're gonna edit.
Okay.
It's fine.
So I have, and it's not just me that I've witnessed.
Okay.
Right? There's other people that I've witnessed that mother-in-laws can be very, very, very mean, very conniving and meddling, and they break up marriages.
Yeah, they do.
I've watched people's marriages go under due to a meddling mother-in-law.
True.
And instead of her being happy about a woman that's going to love her son, the only thing a mother cannot do with her son is have sex. Now, I've seen stories where it has happened and they fell in love, but this is not my story, and it's not his story or your story. But it's out there. They had a whole thing about it.
Oh my.
Yeah, oh my is right. They was happy. But what I'm saying is that you have to, come on, mother-in-laws. This is sad. It's sad. And it chaps my hide because I'm a woman. And I pray to God that I'm not like any of you mother-in-laws out there. Listen, anoint me, Lord, to be a mother-in-law that's welcoming when my son brings their newfound love home, because I know she's going to be amazing, and I know she's going to love my son, because that's what's going to happen. Okay, I decree and declare that all my sons and my daughter get a good man. But they love on you, and they like in the beginning, and then they're finding ways to tear you down and mess you up. One of my mother-in-laws told oh my God, here I am again. I'm just gonna say it. I don't care anymore because it's very important, because I've experienced this, and it's not a good thing. I have put my love, my life, I haven't given it over like you're my God, but
all right. Woo! And we are back. Welcome back to the Queens Podcast. Woo!
That was natural. I was on my phone. See,
I was like, listen.
Welcome to your visual radio show.
I love it. I love it. I love this little puff.
Next,
too.
we're going to be having special guests too. So
I love
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, special guests, and then like on the street type of like interviews.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, guys.
Pranks and more. Like we're like evolving.
We are.
Moving into
more of our queen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Be who you are, but like collectively put it together.
Come on, collective.
So I know you want to say something about something.
Woo! We have an event coming up, guys.
Yes! I am excited.
Yes,
oh
girl.
My God.
Yes, girl. May 17th.
Yes.
At 12 o'clock.
Yes.
We have a spiritual women's conference called A
Woman's Testimony.
That's all right.
I was about to say a mother's something.
That's
I'm like,
okay.
what am I
That's
doing?
okay. Well, it's surrounding
about
Mother's
mothers,
Day month, so yeah.
So yes, it's a woman's testimony,
Yes.
and we are going to sit down and have a conversation and share testimonies and like beauty tips and how to like really just own who you are and get what you want just by a simple tweak. And I'm telling you, it's so good.
Yes.
It's so good. It's like a kid in a candy store. You know, we're going to have a special guest.
Yes. Yes.
We're giving away lots of prizes, raffles throughout.
Raffles, prizes.
Yes. The number one thing, I wanted to give away a car, but that's not this year.
But not this year.
Not this year.
It's coming though.
It is. It really is.
We're
gonna
growing.
do this. Yes, we are.
Let's
I'm telling
go.
you, this is not.
Let's
Carter's
go.
coming up, but we have something cute.
Yes.
It is a 65-inch screen TV. That's the biggest prize
There
that
we
we have on our
go.
raffle thus far.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But it's going to be food.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
We have food. You know, wherever there's food,
We're going to be
conversation,
pampered.
we're going to be. Oh yes.
Woo!
There's
You wanna
a
get
surprise pampering.
Yes, honey. Come on.
You have to come.
You have to come. You have to come. So check all of our social media.
Yes.
Yeah, for the link.
Yes.
So you click on the link. Get your tickets,
Yes.
guys. Get your tickets.
Yes,
It's
they're
happening
going,
May 17th.
Yes, and they're going fast. There's already people that already knew about it, so it's going fast.
So let's
May
go.
17th at the Doubletree by Hilton in Chatsworth on
Yes.
Topanga. It's 9777 Topanga Boulevard, Chatsworth, California 91311. No, 9311. All right, there you go.
I love it. I love
There you go.
it.
So a woman's testimony. You've got to be there. Don't miss it.
I think
Don't
it's going to
miss
be
it.
an amazing experience. I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
Me too. Me too. I'm looking forward to the food and the combo and the pampering and just us women. This is the first annual one.
This is.
Yeah.
This is.
I've
First
had
annual.
little gatherings of it, you know, little Bible studies and things, and gathering. We eat and we meet at coffee shops and restaurants, and we just had a nice, you know, conversation, food, fun, and just breakthrough.
Yeah.
We are in a lot of pain, or there's a lot of pain in the world. There's a lot of confusion, and it's like we're always hustling and bustling as women. We're mothers, we're husbands. I mean, we're mothers, we're wives, we're friends, we're nurses, we're chaplains, we're so many things. But this is a day for you to like get that key you need to follow your journey in a different way and to have it come to you. So come to a woman's testimony May 17th.
Let's go.
At the Doubletree by Hilton
We'll
in
see you
Chatsworth.
soon.
Yes.
Well, thank you again for joining us for the Queens Podcast.
Yes.
We'll see you next time.
Yes, thank you guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Be good, mother-in-laws.
Yes, and daughter-in-laws. Be good.
Yes.
Be good.
I'm gonna call my mother-in-law Mother's Day. She's gonna call her daughter-in-law, and
Yes.
we'll give you the update
We'll let you know
when it happens.
We'll let you know.
If
All
it
right.
happens.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Mwah.